Friends and families, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening whenever you are watching this video. Welcome back to Math Time with me, Miss X. I am so excited to have you all here again. Let's begin by looking at our objectives. And remember, my friends, our objective is always broken up into 3 separate parts, so we know exactly how we're going to do something, what it is that we need to understand about that, and lastly, why we're doing it or why it's important. So you may read with me or in your head as I read out loud to you. Today's focus is going to be on the chip model, so keep an ear out for that as we read the objective. I can use the chip model and vertical algorithm to subtract by place value in order to work more efficiently. It's very important that our chip model matches our vertical algorithm. That is our focus for today. Moving on to our math vocabulary, algorithm. This is a review word, but it's one that's important to think about because we will continue to see it as we get into more complex math. Algorithm. Algorithm is a set of rules that describe how to perform a task, step by step. Let's go ahead and jump straight into our teacher model.
All right, friends and families, welcome to the teacher model. Let's go ahead and begin with our first problem. We're going to write 31 minus 18 on the board in vertical form. Let's remind ourselves of what vertical form looks like. Just like that. Now we're going to draw a blank place value chart with place value headings on the board. On the left side, our tens, and on the right side, our ones. Now, my friends, I have a quick question. What is the whole? Great. The whole is 31. And what is the part that we do know? 18. Great job. So that tells us we're solving for a part or a missing part. What should I do first? Great. Count out 3 tens and 1 1. Today, we're just going to draw a simple chip model with dots or chips like we did with addition. Now, we're only going to be drawing the value of 31 to solve 31 minus 18. Do you know why? Go ahead and tell a friend or family member first, and then we will talk about it together as a team and also work on it. Welcome back, my friends. First, let's go ahead and draw 31 or our 3 tens and 1 1. So for the chip model, just like we did last time or last week, we're actually going to go ahead and just use dots because we already have our place values labeled. So we know that's 10, 20, 30, 31. 31 is the whole. You only draw the number you are subtracting from. We are looking for a missing part. So 18 plus some number equals 31. We have to take out 18 to find out what the missing part is. We're going to get ready to subtract. We need to check to make sure that we can subtract in every place value. Can I subtract 8 ones from 1 1? No. So what we have to do is we have to change 1 10 for 10 ones. We have to unbundle a 10 and show 10 ones. Don't forget to set that up in 5 groups. Again, that's really important. That's a skill we have to keep remembering to practice. Whatever we do with the chips, we also have to do on our vertical form here, or our vertical model. How many tens do I have now? Great, I have 2. How many ones do I have now? 11. Do we also see 2 10s and 11 ones in the chip model? Yes. So that's 10, 11 ones, and then 2 10s, just like we represented up here. 11 ones minus 8 ones is, so let's cross out 8 so we can see. We know that that's 5 and then 8. 11 ones minus 8 ones is 1, 2, 3. 3 ones. Going to write that in the ones column. 2 10s minus 1 10 is 1 10. So we're going to go ahead and also cross that out. So our answer is, or our solution is 1 10 and 3 ones, or the number 13. 13 is our missing part. Welcome to the next part of the teacher model. For the next part of our teacher model, we are working with the number sentence 126 minus 19. And we began by writing it the vertical way, or the vertical method. Let's draw a magnifying glass around the total 126. So that's my magnifying glass. Now we're going to draw our place value chart. And we're going to draw our place value chart with our labels, just like we did last time. Now we're going to go ahead and count. 100, 110, 102 tens, 102 tens, 1 1, 102 tens, 2 ones, 102 tens, 3 ones, 102 tens, 4 ones, 102 tens, 5 ones, and lastly 102 tens, 6 ones. Check to see if you can subtract our ones. See if there are enough ones to subtract. Can we subtract 9 ones from 6 ones? No. So we, just like in the last problem, we have to unbundle a 10 and rename it as 10 ones. Okay, so we just did that. Remember, what we do in the chip model here, we also have to do in our vertical model. So let's do that. We no longer have 2 10s. We only have 1 10 now. And with our ones, we no longer have 6. We have 16 because that's a 10 right there. Or we have 16 ones. And we just changed 1 10 for 10 ones. That's how we know that we only have 1 10 now and 16 ones. This part is new. This next part is new. We have 100. I want you to discuss with a friend or a family member, what do you think we have to do next? And then we will come back and talk about it together as a team. Welcome back, friends. So 100 minus 0 is 100. We're subtracting 0 from 1 in the hundreds column. If I have 100 and I take away 0, how many hundreds do I have left? Great, 1. Should I change my chip model? No. Then where would I record my answer? Right here in the hundreds place value vertical column. Moving on, let's go ahead and solve for our solution. We drew out our whole and we unbundled a 10 so that we could subtract our 9 ones. We need to do that now. Now that we have 16 ones, can we subtract 9 ones? Yes, we can. And it's super easy to see because we set it up in our 5 groups. So I have 6 there and 7. That gives me 7 ones left. And then, can you take 110 from 110? Yes, you can. That's all we have left there anyways. 110, and then we take away 110. How many 10s do we have left? We have 0 10s left. So that puts me at 107. My missing part is 107, or 100 0 10s and 7 ones. All right, friends, welcome to the last part of our teacher model. For our last part, we are working on the number sentence 172 minus 48. Before I can begin subtracting in vertical form, what must I draw or do? Great, we must draw the place value chart, particularly the one for our chip model, which means we have to label our columns for hundreds, tens, and ones. Get ready to subtract. For now, we're going to draw the chip model first. And remember, when we draw our chip model in subtraction, we only draw our whole because we are taking away the part in order to find the missing part. So let's go ahead and do that. 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 171, 172. Let's work by place values now, starting with our ones. Let's take a look at our chip model. I put 1 unit in the hundreds place, 7 units in the tens place, and 2 units in the one place. I put 1 chip for 100. I put 7 chips for 70 and 2 chips for 2. I showed the correct number of units for each digit. Let's pause here and draw a number bond to show that. What was our whole or our total again? 172. Great. And then our parts are, well, we know one part, which is 48. Our job is to figure out what the missing part is. And if it helps you, go ahead and label. We drew out 172 with our chip model. Now let's go ahead and take away 48. Can we take away 8 ones from 2 ones? Nope. So just like we did in the last 2 models, we're going to take a 10 from the tens place value here, and we're going to unbundle it, into 10 ones to help us out. Now, how many ones do we have since we unbundled the 10? Great, we have 12 because that's 10 instantly, 11, 12. So we're going to cross that out on our vertical model and show. Wonderful job. Now let's take a look at our tens. How many tens do we have now? We only have 6. So we have to make sure that our chip model reflects our vertical model. Can we take 8 ones from 12 ones? Yes, we can. And we can do that easily because we set that up with our 5 groups. That leaves us with 4 ones. And we have 6 tens, so we're going to take away 4 tens. Let's go ahead and do that. How many tens do we have left? Only 2. One right there and another one right there. For the hundreds, if we have 100 and we're not taking away anything, how many hundreds do we have left? Wonderful. We have 100 left, and you can see that in the chip model as well. Therefore, our missing part is 124. Our solution is also 124. Let's make some addition and subtraction number sentences for our sentence and for our number bond. They are related. So this goes back to our fact family. 124 plus 48 equals 172. 172 minus 48 is 124. 172 minus 124 is 48. And then lastly, 48 plus 124 equals 172.
Alrighty, my friends, as you move into independent practice and your exit ticket, please keep these 3 things in mind. Number 1, read the directions carefully. Some of my friends are not doing this and you are doing your math incorrectly. You need to read the directions carefully first. If you need adult assistance with reading it, please ask for adult help. Number 2, we are now transitioning to using the chip model more often because it is much more efficient and quicker than place value discs. Lastly, on page 186, you can use any of the strategies that we have learned to solve the word problems. Don't forget to set the problem up vertically. I have given you an example of what the vertical form looks like. Don't forget, with the vertical form, you must also draw the place value charts with the labels, and so that you can set up your chip model very easily. Don't forget to click the link in the description box below. It will take you to the worksheet. And if you don't have a physical copy, don't worry about printing it. Just write down the problems on a separate piece of paper and solve it on your own the best that you can. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in our next lesson. Good luck.